One day, the Jewish leaders came to Jesus and complained about his disciples. "We saw that your disciples didn't wash their hands before eating. This has been a required tradition for years." Jesus answered, "Why do you break God's command by putting your traditions above himself? You honor God with your words, but your hearts are far from him. You force people to follow your rules, but you forget that the most important thing is to love others. You don't do that, even though God's law clearly commands it." Then he turned to the crowd and said, "Nothing that goes into your mouth can make you unclean. What comes out of your mouth shows whether you have a good or bad heart. Do what the Jewish leaders say, but don't follow their unloving and hypocritical attitude."
One day, Jesus and his friends, the disciples, walked through Canaan. The people there did not believe in the same God as the Jewish people, of which Jesus was a part. There was a woman following Jesus all the time shouting, "Jesus, help me! My daughter is possessed by a demon." But Jesus kept ignoring her, but she would not stop. "Jesus, help my daughter!" After a while, the disciples were annoyed. "Jesus, could you please send this woman away?" But Jesus explained, "I have come only for the Jewish people. That's what God sent me for." And at that very moment, the woman stood directly in front of Jesus, asking him, "Help me, Jesus." "It is not right to take the bread from the children and give it to the dogs," he told her. "Right," she replied, "but don't the dogs get the leftovers after the meal is finished?" Jesus was impressed by her faith and her persistency. "Because you trusted in me so much, I will help your daughter." He sent her home, and when she got there, her daughter was completely free and was never again tortured by a demon. One day, a man not able to hear and barely able to talk was brought before Jesus. His friends asked Jesus to help him. Jesus took him to a quiet place and put his fingers into the man's ears. After that, he spit on his fingers and put them on the man's tongue. Looking up to heaven, Jesus commanded, "Open up!" Immediately, the man was able to hear and speak. Jesus asked everyone there not to share with others about what they had seen, but that did not help. Shortly after that, everyone knew what had happened and were shocked and stunned that Jesus had the power to heal the deaf and the mute.